You're listening to Elevate, powered by Marmiro Stone. Real stories, real insight, whether you're designing the dream, building it, or living it, we're here to spark ideas, share knowledge, and move the industry forward. Let's get to work. You got Brad Meade from Poolside Plastering. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
You are the beast of the East when it comes to the amount of plastic pools you plaster.
I don't know about that. We do quite a few, though. Yeah, we do about 1,200 pools a year in several different states.
1,200 a year?
Yeah.
Wow. What does that look like on the schedule?
We're busy.
Yeah.
We're very busy. We run about seven crews every day, except for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And, we stay busy from March until October, November.
Yeah. How strict does that schedule have to be? Because I know that all the pool contractors that I talk to, they're building the pool. Like you do the fancy and the fun stuff. Like
we do everything you see.
Touches, right? Yeah. They're like, man, I got to meet my window. Right? How true do you guys have to stay to that?
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
But most of the builders, when they sell a pool, they'll schedule it for plaster.
Yeah.
6 months out, and then we just stay in touch with them throughout the construction process, so that we can hit their deadline as close as possible.
Yeah. Does it happen a lot? Percentage of time? How often do you have to make adjustments based off of weather and
almost every day.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, my poor guy that schedules. It's multiple times a day.
You have one person scheduling.
I have one person that does all the scheduling.
God bless him.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Hope he gets paid well.
He's paid well. I did it for 18 years, so I know his pain.
Yeah. So how did you get into the plastering business?
So I started when I was 12 years old. My stepdad started a business. He had plastered his whole life, and then I went to college, did construction management, was going to go to law school, and saw an opportunity here. The business he had developed, he was a great finisher in a pool, not a great business person.
Oh, okay.
And the company was on the verge of bankruptcy, so I came in with a childhood friend who had grown up in the business.
Oh, right on.
And that was 21 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm glad I'm not a lawyer. I spend a lot of money with lawyers, but I'm glad I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, that was a potential path?
That was, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. What did you go to school for?
Construction management.
Oh, right on.
So, and I was going to do construction law. That was the goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But after 5 years in the program, I was so done with school.
Yeah. So that would require more school, more money, right? Like, okay.
And I'm glad I made the choice. I love the industry.
Yeah.
So growing up around pools, and we do a lot more than plaster now. I've made great friends in the industry. So I try to develop not only business relationships, but friendships. Yeah. And I could say the majority of the people I do work for are friends. And so it's been a great career for me.
I love hearing that, man. I heard it so many times. It's, sitting down with like some amazing people, which I'm really blessed when it comes to that, and talking to great guys and gals like you. But yeah, I hear it so much. Like everybody creating teams and creating like people that you want to be around and want to work with and go through a journey of life and business with. I feel like it's so important.
That's what's important. I mean, the business will take care of itself. It's about relationships.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer that we're in the customer service business.
Yeah.
And we just happen to do swimming pools.
Yeah.
So
it's funny because people say that in marketing sometimes. I'm a marketer. I just happen to build homes. Yeah. That's
so true.
Yeah. But it's how hard is it to build a team? Like somebody starting off, 20 years ago. If somebody's starting off now trying to build a business in the construction or pool business, how important is it to talk to that young person that's trying to build a business?
Yeah, for me, it was probably the hardest thing because I don't like to let go of control of things. And I was the guy, I was out actually running a crew every day.
Yeah.
So I'd come in at 4 a.m. I would tighten up the schedule, load trucks, go out and work all day in the pool. And then I'd be getting home around 7 p.m. and the next 3-4 hours I was scheduling.
Yeah.
And that's what I did for years. And then I got to a point where it was just too much to handle. I had no quality of life. Yeah. So I had to relinquish some control. And, just being able to trust somebody was probably the hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
But we have a great team now. It's taken a long time to get the team members in place, but I can trust them. I can go away now, and the business continues to operate, which is truly a blessing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, and everybody that talks, I've heard about your company for a while now, and even more now with some of the partnerships that you're creating within the industry, which is great. But everybody that I talk to, the culture that you built at the company seems like everybody loves it, and everybody loves to be a part of it. Have you ever had a part of that time where you felt like the culture or the morale was down, or
100%? Yeah.
How'd you fight through that?
About I guess it was about nine years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I had to get rid of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it was hard because they had worked with my stepdad, and they had been with me. So we're talking people who had worked 15 plus years at this company, and we had to make some changes because they were ruining the culture of the company, and the culture just needed to shift.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to create an atmosphere where people could thrive, people saw a future, and people enjoyed coming to work.
Yeah.
And that's what we have now. And I tell all of my employees that we don't just establish these relationships for business.
Yeah.
We become friends with people, and we bring them in, and it's our family here at Poolside, but we broaden that, and we make partnerships, and we want partnerships that'll last a long time in the future.
Yeah, I love that. Now, you guys are a PebbleTec applicator.
Yes.
Right? You guys only do PebbleTec.
We only do PebbleTec,
right?
That's correct.
When you were going through the process of choosing, which direction you guys wanted to go, what made you choose PebbleTec?
Yeah, so this was actually in 2005. I was at a show in Las Vegas, and PebbleTec was there. I just graduated college, and we had done stone finishes for several years using wheelbarrows and trying to water wash them. Every pool turned out horrible. And when I saw PebbleTec, I remember it, I turned to my stepdad. I said, "This is the future. This is what we have to do. We need to find out." And we found out that day what we needed to do to become an applicator.
Yep.
And that spring of '05, we were put on, after an arduous process, because it's hard to get on with PebbleTec. We were put on as applicators. And, we did maybe 100 pools that year, and we've slowly grown that every single year.
Yeah, that's great. What's their process like to become an applicator?
So they look at what products you do, who you do work for, if there's an applicator already in the area. They look at your warehouse facility, what trucks you have. There is a financial aspect to it, so they look at that. They talk to people in the industry to see what your reputation is.
Oh, wow.
It's one thing that I love about PebbleTec is they're not in distribution. They care about their product. They care about how it's installed, and they are a very professional outfit. Yeah. And we've partnered with them. They're loyal to us. We're loyal to them. Yeah. And I've had opportunities to go elsewhere, and I'll never take those opportunities because they're just a great company to work for.
That's great to hear.
From the manufacturing of the material to the back-end quality control support it is better than anything else I've seen in the industry.
Yeah, wow, it's great.
For pool finishes.
Yeah. As far as availability of product and the aggregates that come along with it, never been an issue? Never been an issue.
In fact, it was COVID was actually a blessing for us in that we had so much material in our warehouse that people would call to get Diamond Bright or Stonescapes, and nobody had material.
Wow.
So we were able to flip them to Pebble Fina, Pebble Quartz, or a Pebble Sheen finish. And that got our foot in the door in a lot of these builders that otherwise we couldn't break through. Yep. And now they use us, which is awesome.
Yeah, that says a lot about your business too, especially if you have people using you for the first time. You're like, man, just give me a shot. Yep. And they love the service, love the people, and love, and the price point, and that all works together in harmony. I feel like, you got them for life. Yeah. And it's part about like what the Marmiro experience is, and I know that you guys have used some of our products before in the past, and hopefully continue to use
For
more,
sure,
as
yeah.
long as we're treating you the right way. But talk about some of that experience between plastering and using some stone as well.
Yeah, so I mean, we do a lot of different phases of construction, but our bread and butter is plaster, tile, and coping.
Yep.
And what I love about that part of the business is that's what you see.
Yeah.
So the guy that's digging the pool or stealing the pool or shooting the pool, they don't really get to see their work.
Yep.
But you get to see what we do with the tile coping and the PebbleTec. And so that's what I love about it. It's been great. I hooked up with Marmiro a couple years ago on a project, and I was blown away with how they operated.
Yeah.
Very similar to PebbleTec, where they try to lead the industry. I love, one, the availability of the material. You can call and get it right away.
Mm-hmm.
I love the custom fabrication. Behind me you have, we did a pool, you see this is,
Yeah.
all the letters are etched and numbers are etched. We did a big project in the Poconos this past year, like 6,000 square feet of Marmiro stone, and then we had the coping, and they etched everything. And I mean, it took an old campground pool from 50 years ago that was just dilapidated to now it's this Ritz-Carlton resort pool.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing. But Marmiro has been great. Your mobile showroom is awesome. I call and they go out to my customers, and it just, the material sells itself. So it's great for us because you guys can go out, talk to the customers. They pick a color, they pick a stone. You guys template the pool, you fabricate everything, and that's it. We install it.
Yeah.
So it's just seamless. And much like our culture, what I found is people at Marmiro are great.
Yeah.
From the owner all the way down to the guy Benito who's out templating the pools. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. So when that mobile showroom is out at the customer, is that color of the plaster chosen then, or is it already chosen prior to coming out?
So it's not always chosen because that's the big hiccup, right? So people want to make sure their tile, coping, and plaster all match.
Yeah.
And so typically we'll leave samples with the homeowner, so then they have the swatches of PebbleTec and then can pick their stone and tile based on their finish.
Yeah. Now your website is how is that connected with PebbleTec? Because PebbleTec, everything I heard about their website, it's just phenomenal, right? And every applicator that I know has always said, listen, if you want to see any color, go to their website. It's true to what they have.
I drive everyone to PebbleTec's website.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, so even on my website, website's a normal website, but right on there it's a link to jump to PebbleTec's.
Oh, right
because
on.
they just do such a great job with their website, with their marketing. You can see thousands of pictures of every different color that they have across the different product lines.
Yeah, and they're pretty selective. Like they try not to cross applicators' territories too much, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I mean they'll add on applicators if they see a void.
Yeah.
But they do their best to have an applicator in a certain area, and as long as they're taking care of their customer base, they try not to bring anyone else in.
Yeah. That's great. What's your outlook on 2025?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
So we have, phones are ringing. Every builder I talk to, they say it looks like a positive year.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer if you just run your company right and you sell the right products, do a good job, and you're honest, you're going to be busy.
Yeah. Business is hard, you know. You have any tips of maybe a mistake you made early on where you're like, yep, I shouldn't do that. It cost the company this. And
I think the biggest thing is you need to have the right people in place, and you have to be able to trust those people that you hire. The other thing is you have to build relationships with good people.
Yeah.
And if it's not a good fit, just because they're paying bills to you, doesn't mean you want them as a customer.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people get trapped in that because they're taking customers on that they probably shouldn't have because maybe that funnel's not as big as they want, and they're taking jobs where they probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
And now they're losing money. And
correct.
They're staying afloat. And there may be times where you have to do that, and I definitely get that, but I feel like that happens more often than not.
For sure.
You know, but I feel like last year was a good thing for our industry because you're back to normal times, right? And the people that sort of rose through and they saw like the need, you know, right around 20, 21, 22, where things were just crazy. I think it brought up a lot of new companies, and the good ones will survive through the okay times, and so we go through those cycles within our industry, right? So it's good, and it's good to see that you guys have been around and they're still growing, and excited about your outlook too for this year, because I think we're headed in the right trajectory this year.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So how can people find you? Are you looking for new business?
Yeah, we're always looking for business. So poolsideplastering.com is our website, and we're in the Philadelphia area. We also have a warehouse in Baltimore and Culpeper, Virginia.
Oh, right on.
So we're always looking for new customers.
Yeah. Are you looking to expand into new markets too?
Right now we're growing where we're at.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And trying to maintain that.
Yeah. Is PebbleTec a company where they said, okay, they'll come to you, Brad, and be like, listen, we're weak in this market because you're doing such a good job here? Do they do that? Is that part of their model too?
They have asked me to look at different markets, and that's one of the reasons why I'm getting a warehouse down in Culpeper, Virginia.
Right on.
So
that's great. That says a lot about your business and your culture.
Yeah, I've just really appreciated the relationships I've built over the years with good companies and good people.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you big time, and I know you're a busy man, and you got 1,200 pools to do this year.
Yeah,
maybe
hopefully
1,300.
more. Hopefully more.
Yeah. But thank you for taking time to come on here, and man, I'm super excited about this year, and thank you for sharing all your knowledge.
Yeah, you got it. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. Appreciate you.
Take care.
You got it.